Welcome back to The Give, a Lawrence First and Goal podcast. The Lawrence First and Goal Clinic has become one of the premier off-season resources for coaches who want detail while supporting a mission that matters. Every session you watch helps fund pediatric brain tumor research and cancer services through the Lawrence First and Goal Foundation. If you have not registered for this year's clinic, visit lfgclinic.com and secure your access. Study the game and support the cause at the same time. Today's episode is a preview of Jack McDaniels' upcoming LFG Clinic presentation. Jack serves as Senior Offensive Analyst at Central Michigan, and in this session, he breaks down the NFL-style choice route from defining it to installing it and drilling it. Jack walks through how to teach the release, coach the 5-yard stem, handle zone versus match, and how to structure complementary routes that protect the concept. If you want a high completion concept that can anchor your third down package and expand into a full dropback family, this preview will give you a clearer picture of what he's bringing to the clinic. Let's get into it. That was a preview.
Good afternoon. This is Jack McDaniels, Senior Offensive Analyst at Central Michigan University in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Here today to talk about the NFL-style choice route, from defining it, teaching it for the quarterback, the receiver, drilling it, bunch of cool variations, and pretty much everything there is to talk about the NFL-style choice route we're going to cover today. Before I get into the content, got to give a big shout out, first of all, to Lawrence First and Goal. What an incredible organization raising money for such an important cause. Thanks again for letting me to come on the platform to present once again. And then to Central Michigan University as well, Coach Matt Drenkel, Coach Jim Chapin. Thanks for the freedom to come do clinics and support a great cause like Lawrence First and Goal. It's been a blast working for those two every single day. Learned a ton up here and having a great time. So first of all, what we're going to go over in this clinic, I'll first hit on my background briefly, define the choice route for you all, why you should run it, teaching it for the receiver and the quarterback, how to drill it, and some backside tags, as well as some complementary plays that come off of the choice route here at the end. Really quickly touching on my background, played quarterback at Delaware State University and West Alabama. After I finished my playing career, transitioned immediately to being an offensive GA at West Alabama. Fortunate enough to start my full-time career at Georgetown University as a tight ends coach for a season before becoming the quarterback coach, pass game coordinator there the past 3 seasons. And then this past summer, I was fortunate enough to work a fellowship with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers through the National Coaching Academy. Got to learn a ton of stuff there. A lot of what you see today will be from both Georgetown and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as well as a couple NFL teams that we studied. And then lastly, I'm up here now at Central Michigan as a senior offensive analyst. So let's talk about what the choice route is, defining it first before we go any further. To me, the NFL style choice route, there's 3 ways to get to it. It's really all the same route, just comes from different spots. First and foremost, you have the detached version, right, when you're out there in a slot receiver alignment. Second way would be a condensed alignment, whether you're a tight end and line of scrimmage, or you're a reduced split receiver. And then the last way to get there is from the backfield, right? This could be a tailback, or you could personnel to be a receiver, formation to be a receiver in the backfield as well. Okay, but it's a short 5-yard option route, right, with a 3-way go. We'll sit down versus zone, break away from versus any type of match or man coverage, either in or out. So it's a short option route with a 3-way go. It's always going to be protected by some type of outside complementary route to isolate our tagged receiver, whether it's a tight end, receiver, or running back against one defender, right? So our complementary route is going to protect it, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. And then it's always going to be paired with the backside tag to progress to if the choice route is taken away. And again, I'll hit on how we get there and what type of tags are back there as we go through here. So why you should run choice? Why I think it's a great concept. I think it's extremely flexible and versatile. It's good on base downs, first down, second down. It's also elite situational call on third down. It's even good in the red zone as well. It's a great way to manufacture touches for your best player, put him where you want him, tag him on the choice route, and chances are he'll probably get the ball unless the defense takes it away. It fits any formation, any personnel. It's a very high completion percentage pass play. It's a 5-yard throw and catch, pretty easy on the quarterback to complete that throw. The complementary plays that come off of it are excellent. A lot of teams in the NFL, for example, their entire drop back passing game is built around the choice concept and routes that look just like choice or that feed off of the choice play. And then lastly, in my opinion, I'm not sure, a 22 personnel under center I formation team, I think it fits pretty much any system, whether you're spread, pro style, air raid, anything like that. It should be a good fit for your offense. Okay. But with all these positives come a couple of things that you guys should be aware of before you guys dive full into the choice. Number one, first and foremost, is it is an investment play. You got to commit practice time to it. You got to commit meeting time to it to teach the play and really rep it to get good at it. Some guys are naturally just better than others at this play. Doesn't mean it just has to be receiver. Some running backs have a really good feel for it. Some don't. I do believe it's a route and a skill that you can develop and improve at, but some guys are going to be naturally better than others at it. And the other thing, too, is it's a progression-based play for the quarterback. So if the choice route gets taken away, he has to be able to progress off of it back to some other type of backside tag. Again, some quarterbacks are great natural progressors. Some are not. So just something to be aware of. And then again, with it being an investment play, I think you should probably commit 30 to 60 snaps a year running this play or the plays that come off of it. If you're going to call it under 8 times a season, under 10 times a season, it's probably not going to be worth the investment. There's probably cheaper ways to get the answers that you're looking for. But if you want to commit to it, if you want to invest in it, I believe it's a great play. Tons of really good reasons to run it and build. You can, if you want to, build your entire offense off of it. So real quick, before we talk about the choice route and teaching the choice route, just going to cover the complementary route first. I hit on it a couple seconds ago, but this route is here to isolate our choice route. Again, no matter where it's coming from, we're always going to have something to protect and isolate the option route. So the first easiest way is just an MOR, a mandatory outside release fade. Get the corner to turn his back, turn his eyes, so you can isolate our short option route here on the will linebacker or on whoever this defender is here in this grass. Okay, the other way you can get there is just with the seam corner, right? Slight inside release, push vertical, and then run out of it. Okay, again, trying to get the corner out of there to isolate our short option route on the outside linebacker. Okay, last way, if you're in a compression alignment, very easy to just have an outside release corner out as well. There is somewhere in the seam corner, but we're already in a compressed alignment, so you don't need the seam release. Another good way, again, just remove the corner, isolate our choice route runner on the outside backer, this overhang player, to make him wrong. Okay, this route is going to serve as the alert route for the quarterback. I'll hit on the quarterback read later, but if the corner refuses to get occupied with the complementary route, if he jumps and traps the option route, well, our complementary route is going to get the ball there. He's going to be pretty open there for us. Okay, again, your job at the bottom of the screen here, erase the corner, create a one-on-one for the option route, and then you are an alert. So look alive. You could get the ball if the corner falls asleep. Okay, getting back to the choice route real quick. Okay, when it comes to teaching the choice route, doesn't matter if it's from detached, condensed, or the backfield. I believe there's 3 things or 3 components of the choice route you have to teach on every single one. Number 1 being the release. Number 2 being the depth and the stem of the route. And lastly, is the decision and the break of the option route. Okay, so I'm going to go through each point here with each different style of route and provide some film here to show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, but these 3 things are what you're coaching every time you run choice. Starting with a detached choice route, meaning we're out here in the slot. Again, release, depth and stem, decision and break. Okay, we'll start with the release. For this purpose, we'll just have an MOR to isolate the option route. Again, you get their seam corner, to bring the split down, run a true corner, anything like that to get the corner out of there. Okay, starting with the release. Okay, you'll see this all over NFL-style playbooks, this phrase right here, miss the count. Okay, what that means is we do not want to be quick off the ball. Okay, we are not in a rush off the football. We want to let the defense declare, right? Is it man or is it zone? And while this is happening, okay, 2 things that I'm doing as the receiver. I'm buying time to see the coverage, right? Number 1, who's guarding me? And then number 2, right, I'm feeling who's guarding me, and I'm planning the rest of my route. I'm going to plan my stem during the release phase of the option route. I almost wanted to stand there, miss the count. At Georgetown, our phrase was a choke release, where we almost skipped off the ball. We are not in a sprint off the ball. We are not in a rush. We are always going to be slow off the ball, let the defense declare, and let myself have time to see what the coverage is doing, feel zone or feel match coverage so I can plan the rest of my route. Okay, so again, we are not sprinting off the football. Okay, second thing with the detached option route is my stem and my depth. Okay, after we've already missed the count, right, we're slow off the football. Now, like I said in that previous slide, we're gathering intel of how the defense is playing me. Okay, starting on the left side here, if I feel zone, okay, meaning I'm not going to get immediate eyeballs from my defenders over me, whoever it happens to be. Their eyeballs are going to be sprinting to grass. They could be dropping in a deep hook, like a cover 2 type example. Maybe it's some type of 3-week example where the flat player is flying outside of me, right? Nobody's eyeballs are staring at me. Nobody's relating to what I do. This should feel like zone to me. Okay, obviously in zone, there's going to be other defenders too. So if we get a deep hook dropper here in Tampa, we should know there's going to be some type of cloud corner presence out here. Again, our MOR should be taking care of him, but we should still be aware of that. Okay. Same thing. If I get a fast flat player in some type of cover 3 zone, I got to know somebody's coming to replace his grass from the inside. But again, the main key for me, if it's zone, nobody's going to have their eyeballs glued on me. Okay. If it is zone, I'm going to end up getting my depth of 5 yards. It'll always be a 5-yard route. And I'm going to be getting quarterback friendly, sitting down here, making a big target, almost like playing low post basketball, right? Getting ready for the football in zone. Okay, being quarterback friendly, again, giving eyes, and we don't want to drift once we get there. Drift, we're going to have problems. We want to get there, stick it. Quarterback should get our eyes in our hands, and we should get the football right now versus zone. Okay. On the contrary, if it's match coverage or man coverage, right, meaning somebody's directly relating to me on the right side of the slide here, it's going to be pretty obvious because somebody's eyeballs and their body language is going to be clued in directly on me. He's going to try to mirror everything that I do, all my movements, right? He's going to try to protect his leverage too. So if he's an inside leverage defender, that's because he can't get beat across his face. I should know that, right? Same thing, vice versa. If he's an outside leverage defender, his eyeballs are going to be glued on me, outside leverage defending his outside leverage, okay? If we get a match defender, we really want to push into him, push into which grass he is covering, right? Getting into the decision to break here. If he's defending the inside, I want to push into him, knowing that he's going to protect his inside leverage. He's going to stay inside, opening up more grass out here for me to break out. Okay. If the defender's outside of me, I want to push out at him, knowing he's going to keep his leverage outside of me, so I'll have more room to break in. Okay. What I don't want to do is just push vertical running out or push vertical run a slant, because then he's going to squeeze me into wherever his help is here. If it's a low hole player or it's a corner outside of him, right in a cover 2 type concept, I want to open up as much grass as I can with my stem by pushing into him, right? Lean into him. He's going to protect his leverage. Okay. And then I can break back out. Okay. Again, as far as the decision goes versus zone coverage, get my depth of 5, be quarterback friendly, right? Sit there, don't drift, low post basketball, eyes and hands ready for the football. Okay. Quarterback should plunk it on me right away. Okay. If it is match, okay, and I'm going to break away from his leverage, there's a lot of different ways you could teach this. My favorite way of teaching this is just telling them from a mindset standpoint, go get a completion, break away from grass, right? Take the easiest path of resistance. Okay. The other thing that I would add, there's a common adage that everybody likes to say called slant till you can't. We want to teach them, instead of saying slant till you can't, in my opinion, the best way to say it is, hey, the big plays happen on end breakers. Okay. The big plays happen on end breakers. In my opinion, if you say slant till you can't, some guys will try to force it too much and they'll get walled and they'll be covered. Okay. Again, at the end of the day, we want you to get the ball, take the path of least resistance. Okay. Take the best grass, be decisive. If we can break in because our defender's going to let us cross his face, go ahead and break in, because that's where the big plays happen. Right. But don't overcoach it, in my opinion. Don't say, hey, we must run a slant, because then the guy's going to get walled. It's going to be harder to learn and process that way, and the guy's going to be covered. Okay. But again, take the best grass. Right. The big plays do happen on end breakers. Right. But don't overcomplicate it. Be a football player, kind of common sense football. If he's inside, let's break out. If he's outside, let's break in. If I can break in, let's break in, though, because that's where the big plays happen. Okay. Other thing, too, as far as the break point, cannot double move or double up on the quarterback. We're not trying to juke this guy, right, not out and come back in, or not in and come back out, anything like that. We have to be consistent and predictable for the quarterback so he can get an idea of where we're going. We can be on the same page and get a completion there. Okay, a couple examples. This will be from Tampa. Looking at our slot here at the bottom. Again, he's going to, you'll notice the release. He's going to miss the count. This will be a zone clip. He's going to feel his defender fly outside of him. Nobody has his eyeballs on our slot receiver here. He can clearly feel the quarterback's eyeball, the defensive back's eyeballs are inside, right? Looking at grass, not looking at me. Feeling zone. I know, hey, it's zone coverage. I'm going to go ahead and sit in this little dead pocket right here, turn in, sit it, right? Get the ball right on me right now. And let's puncture, drop step, and get vertical. Okay, again, the defender's eyes are not on me, so I'm going to go ahead and shut it down right away. Okay, same thing looking up top here, right? I feel defenders sprint away from me. Again, notice how patient we are off the line of scrimmage. We are not in a sprint, right? Feeling zone, right? Would prefer you just sit inside, hook it up, and get a catch here, right? Versus zone in the window between the cloud corner.
Get into it. That was a preview of Jack McDaniels' session at the Lawrence First and Goal Clinic. If you found value in this conversation, his full clinic presentation goes much deeper, including detailed teaching progression, drill work, backside tags, and the complementary concepts that build off choice. You can access the full session and the entire clinic lineup at lfgclinic.com. When you register, you're not just investing in your offense, you're supporting the mission of Lawrence First and Goal, helping fund pediatric brain tumor research and cancer services for families who need hope. Study the details, teach it the right way, support the cause. Be part of the give.